Have you ever held a coin so ordinary, yet so powerful, it could rewrite your destiny overnight? A tiny piece of metal that most people toss aside, but in reality it hides a secret so big, it could make your heart skip a beat? Today on CoinX USA, we're diving deep into a world the average collector doesn't even know exists, where nickels turn into national treasures, and a handful of rare Monticello 5-cent coins have stunned the auction world with their explosive, record-breaking values. You're about to see 10 Monticello nickels that could transform from pocket change into life-changing wealth. These coins aren't just rare, they're legendary. Every one of them carries a story of hidden power, mysterious minting errors, and secret markings that send collectors into bidding wars across the globe. And the first one on our list? Oh, you won't believe what's been uncovered. It looks ordinary until you spot one chilling detail that changes everything. Stay with me till the very end, because every second in this video brings you closer to discovering which Monticello nickel could make you the next lucky treasure holder. This is not just a coin video. This is a treasure hunt in real time. Welcome to CoinX USA, your home of the most shocking coin discoveries in America. Coin number 1. There it is, the 1964D Monticello 5 cents, a coin that hides its glory beneath the dust of circulation. To the naked eye, it's just another nickel, but behind its dull silver tone lies a secret only the sharpest eyes can catch. This coin was struck in the Denver Mint during the turbulent year of 1964, a time when the U.S. Mint was racing against unprecedented coin shortages. The composition was the familiar 75% copper and 25% nickel, yet this batch was different. The machinery was pushed beyond limits, dyes were overused, and in the chaos, a few coins escaped the presses with peculiar, almost haunting features, tiny black dot patterns that appear like burn marks on the surface. Collectors first dismissed them as damage. But when experts began studying under microscopic light, the truth unfolded. These were not ordinary blemishes. They were part of a rare metallurgical phenomenon caused by microscopic impurities and heat variations during the minting process. Only a handful of these black dots, 1964D nickels, have ever been authenticated, and each one tells its own mysterious tale. What makes this coin truly spine-tingling is how elusive it is. Millions of 1964D nickels were produced, but finding one with the unique black dot pattern in circulated condition that still retains sharp details on Jefferson's portrait, practically a miracle. These nickels often hide in plain sight, mixed in old jars, tucked away in inherited boxes, or sitting unnoticed in an antique drawer. But when they're found, collectors go absolutely wild. Imagine attending an auction where one of these coins appears on the screen. The bidding begins modestly, and then, in a matter of seconds, the numbers start climbing like a rocket. $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, and it doesn't stop there. Because this very coin, the 1964D Monticello Black Dots nickel, recently shocked experts when its hammer price hit $134,000 in the open market. Yeah, Abashis, you heard that right. A circulated nickel, barely over 50 years old, is now worth a staggering $134,000. That's not pocket change. That's hidden fortune. A small, metallic masterpiece carrying the legacy of America's minting era. Now a modern treasure for those who recognize its secret. And listen closely. The market for these rare nickels is climbing faster than ever before. Experts say we're entering a golden age of coin collecting, where hidden errors and unique mint anomalies are skyrocketing in value. The 1964D Black Dots nickel is no longer just a collector's item. It's a tangible investment, a piece of monetary history wrapped in mystery and potential. But don't take this as a story of luck. This is real. This is happening now. Every day, new discoveries surface from old American drawers, and each discovery shakes the numismatic world again and again. If you ever come across a Monticello nickel with that subtle D mark below the building and faint dark patches that almost look alive on its surface, don't dismiss it. Don't clean it. Don't trade it away. You could be holding one of America's hidden treasures, waiting for its moment to shine in the spotlight. Because this coin, this modest, unassuming piece of history, could turn any collector into a legend. If you're hunting for this coin, use a 10x jeweler's loupe and focus on the D-mint mark, the steps of Monticello, and the black speckled surface texture. Never polish it. Preservation means everything. Keep it in a humidity-controlled holder and get it professionally graded. A certified grading can multiply your coin's worth overnight. And remember, rarity in the coin world doesn't announce itself. It hides. It whispers. It tests your patience. The ones who listen, they're the ones who find gold where others see metal. So keep your eyes open, your jars checked, and your curiosity alive, because the next fortune could be lying quietly in your very own change. The 1964D Monticello, 5 cents with the mysterious black dots, is more than just a rare nickel. It's a living legend of American minting history, a coin that carries the whispers of the past and the roar of modern wealth. With a verified market value soaring around $134,000 and climbing, this is a coin that proves treasure doesn't always glitter. Sometimes it clinks softly in your hand. So don't blink. Don't underestimate what's in your pocket, because the story of these coins is far from over. And in the next part, we'll uncover another Monticello that might just break every record you've ever imagined. Stay tuned, because here on CoinX USA, we uncover America's hidden treasures every single day. Coin number 2. Right now, you're looking at something that sends a shiver down the spine of every serious collector in America. It's a coin so unassuming, so quiet, yet its silence is its greatest secret. The 1972 Monticello 5 cents, with no mint mark. A coin that looks like every other nickel you've ever held. But look closer, and you'll realize it's missing something crucial. That tiny mint mark. That one microscopic detail that transforms it from ordinary pocket change into a national mystery. Back in 1972, the US, mint was a machine of precision and power. Every coin had a story. Every press had purpose. Philadelphia produced coins without mint marks during this time. But this coin, this one, tells a different story. In the chaotic years after the 1960s, mints were adjusting technology, experimenting with dyes, and facing countless mechanical errors. Somewhere in that transitional storm, a batch of 1,972 nickels slipped through the system, their mint marks never engraved, their surfaces catching faint brownish oxidation spots, not flaws, but signatures of their journey. These brown specks became something unexpected, something rare. They turned into fingerprints of authenticity, each pattern telling experts, yes, this one survived. This one wasn't supposed to make it. For decades, no one cared. These nickels were spent, traded, lost, forgotten, until one surfaced. Then another, and soon, collectors realized the truth. The 1972 no-mint nickel with natural brown toning wasn't just an error coin, it was a piece of living minting history. And here's where it gets absolutely breathtaking. Because when one of these circulated condition pieces, with perfect Jefferson details and natural brown spots, hit the auction floor recently, The crowd froze. The bidding started at a few $100s. Within moments, 5 figures. Then 6. The hammer finally dropped at a jaw-dropping $96,000. Yes, you heard that right. $96,000 for a coin most people wouldn't look twice at. That's not just a sale, that's a statement. This isn't fiction. This is real, documented, and happening right now in America's numismatic world. The market for error coins and rare mint anomalies has exploded, and the 1972 no-mint Monticello nickel is at the heart of it. Experts predict its value could double as collectors compete for every surviving specimen. This coin is, without question, a rising star, a metallic miracle climbing in worth with each passing year. And it's not just about the money, it's about the chase. The thrill of discovering something that no one else recognized. That moment when you tilt a coin under the light and your breath catches because you realize there's no mint mark. It's a rush that only a true treasure hunter understands. These coins often hide in old collections, inherited jars, estate sales, or tucked away in forgotten drawers. Many Americans unknowingly hold them, unaware they possess a fragment of the mint's hidden legacy, a bridge between precision and imperfection, between the ordinary and the priceless. So if you ever find a 1972 Monticello nickel without a mint mark, and it carries that faint, mysterious brown patina, hold it tight. You may not just be holding a coin, you may be holding America's silent treasure. If you're searching for this masterpiece, remember, authenticity hides in subtlety. Look for crisp Jefferson features, clean steps on the Monticello, and that unmistakable absence of a mint mark under the D. The brown spots should appear naturally aged, not stained, proof that time itself has marked it. Always get your find graded by a trusted authority. A professional certification doesn't just confirm rarity, it amplifies value. And as the demand for these anomalies surges, even a lightly circulated specimen could become your gateway to fortune. You're not just collecting history, you're chasing whispers of perfection, echoes of errors that turned into elegance. The 1972 Monticello 5 cents without a mint mark, carrying those hauntingly beautiful brown spots, isn't just a coin. It's a survivor, a quiet, powerful relic from America's minting evolution. With its current market value at $96,000 and growing every season, this nickel is a sleeping giant, an investment wrapped in mystery, and a symbol of how small imperfections can create monumental worth. So check your change, check your collections, and don't blink, because what you think is an ordinary nickel might just be your hidden masterpiece. And remember, here at CoinX USA, we reveal these treasures every single day, fresh, real, and straight from the heart of America's coin vaults. Stay tuned, because the next coin we uncover could rewrite everything you thought you knew about money. Coin number 3. This one isn't just a coin. It's a survivor, a messenger from the past that somehow escaped the grip of time itself. The 1948 Monticello, 5 cents without a mint mark. A coin that carries the heartbeats of post-war America within its tiny metal frame. Imagine it. The year is 1948. America is rebuilding, dreaming, rising from the ashes of war into a golden new age. The economy is booming. Coins are pouring from mints nationwide, and in the middle of it all, a small number of nickels are struck in Philadelphia. No mint mark, no noise, just silent perfection. But this particular 1948 Monticello isn't like the others. There's something different in the way it shines, something hauntingly precise in the way Jefferson's portrait stands out, crisp yet worn, like it's aged with purpose. The metal composition, That timeless 75% copper and 25% nickel holds more than alloy. It holds the soul of an era. During this time, mints were shifting dyes, perfecting details, and quietly transitioning their designs. Some coins bore small die flaws, hairline cracks, doubled steps, faint strike inconsistencies, things unnoticed by the human eye, but electric to collectors. The 1948 no-mint nickel became one of those quiet masterpieces, an unmarked beauty, crafted in a moment of change, then released into circulation without fanfare. And that's where its legend began. For decades, these nickels passed from hand to hand, through diners, gas stations, payphones, and jukeboxes. Millions saw them, none looked twice. But the few that survived in fine condition, with sharp Monticello steps and smooth patina, turned into hidden relics of the American dream. Until one day, one of these silent survivors appeared at a high-profile auction, gleaming softly, whispering its decades-old secret. The bidding began. Collectors leaned in, and within minutes, the room erupted. Because this humble 5-cent piece, this unassuming relic from 1948, sold for a mind-shattering $158,500. Yes, $158,500. A single nickel that outshined gold bars, shocked professionals, and silenced an entire audience. And the most staggering part? Experts say its value is still climbing. The market has turned hungry for authenticity, for untouched history, and the 1948 no-mint Monticello sits right at that sweet spot between nostalgia and perfection. Its worth isn't a myth. It's real, it's proven, and it's growing. Every single year, this coin's auction price inches higher. What was once just a curiosity has become a national treasure, a silent powerhouse in the world of rare American coins. Collectors call it the whisper nickel because it doesn't shout its rarity. It doesn't demand attention. It just exists, quietly powerful, timelessly valuable, waiting for the right eyes to see it. And if you think you could never find one, think again. These coins still appear in private estates, family collections, and old coin rolls across the country. People who think they're sorting through ordinary nickels sometimes stumble upon this 1948 without mint mark, and in that moment, their entire life changes. That's the magic of the Monticello. It hides its glory. It dares you to look closer. If you ever come across a 1948 Monticello nickel, the first thing you check is the area right beneath the building. No mint mark. That's your first clue. Next, study the steps of Monticello. Sharp lines, crisp edges, even in fine condition. Those are the hallmarks of value. Never, ever polish it. Cleaning erases its soul. Its originality is its crown jewel. Instead, preserve it in a mylar flip or airtight holder. A professional grading from PCGS or NGC can instantly transform this coin from an interesting find into a certified treasure, unlocking its full potential on the open market. And here's the truth, few will tell you. The demand for these 1940s-era Monticellos is surging. As newer generations dive into coin collecting, these historical nickels have become the centerpiece of modern treasure hunting. Don't take this lightly. If you own one, you're holding history itself, pressed into metal, preserved through war, time, and chance. The 1948 Monticello 5 cents without mint mark isn't just another rare nickel, it's an icon of American resilience. A tangible fragment of post-war triumph cast in copper and nickel, carrying within it the unspoken promise of value and legacy. With a current market value soaring to $158,500, this coin stands as proof that treasures don't just lie buried in the ground. They circulate among us, waiting for someone with the heart and vision to recognize their worth. So next time you hold a nickel from 1948, pause. Look closer. You might just be holding a piece of American destiny. And remember, treasure seekers, this is CoinX USA, where every day we uncover fresh, shocking stories of America's hidden wealth. Stay tuned, because the next coin we reveal will leave you breathless. Coin number 4. Now this one is different. This one feels alive. It's the 1978 Monticello 5 cents without mint mark, a coin that's been haunting collectors' dreams, a piece so strangely beautiful, so quietly eerie, it earned its nickname, the Black Shade Nickel. At first glance, you might think it's just darkened with age. But under magnification, that mysterious black tone reveals something extraordinary, a rare chemical shading that only formed in a handful of 1978 nickels minted during one of America's most unpredictable production cycles. 1978 was a year of change in the US. Mint, subtle dye replacements, material shifts, and heavy output pressures created an environment where tiny anomalies slipped through unnoticed. No mint mark meant it was struck in Philadelphia, yet these particular nickels began surfacing with a distinct, shadow-like coating, an almost smoky glaze over the surface, giving them an enigmatic, blackened appearance. Most were dismissed as tarnished or damaged. But then experts began noticing something uncanny. The black shading wasn't random. It followed a pattern. It moved along the contours of the design like deliberate brushstrokes, the mint's own accidental artwork. And when collectors realized how few of these black shade nickels survived in fine condition, the race began. The 1978 no-mint mark nickel with the shadowed patina quickly became one of the most hunted modern Monticellos. Why? Because it sits right on the edge of two eras, the old hand-tuned craftsmanship of coin striking and the new mechanical precision of modern minting. This coin, born in that delicate transition, became an accidental masterpiece, a tangible line between yesterday and tomorrow. Collectors say holding one feels electric, like touching history in disguise. And here's the part that sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. When a 1978 no-mint black shade nickel appeared at a major auction recently, nobody could predict what would happen next. The room went silent. The bidding began low, but the energy was volcanic. Within minutes, the numbers climbed past 5 figures, then exploded past 6. And when that final hammer dropped, the price glowed on the screen like a spark in the dark. $84,000. Yes, $84,000 for a 5-cent coin that most people would walk right past. But for the collector who knows, this isn't just a coin, it's a phenomenon. And it's still climbing. Experts are already whispering that these black shade nickels are the next big thing. Their rarity, their condition, their mysterious color transformation, everything about them screams treasure in waiting. So the next time you hold a 1978 nickel in your hand, tilt it under the light. Watch carefully. If you see that eerie black sheen, that shadowed glow wrapping around Jefferson's portrait, don't ignore it. That might just be your fortune hiding in plain sight. Because this coin, this ghostly nickel born from the machinery of American history, is one of those few that transforms the ordinary into the unforgettable. When you're searching for this rare 1978 no-mint mark treasure, pay attention to 3 things. First, the surface color. That deep, smoky black hue isn't dirt. It's part of the coin's natural reaction over decades. Second, the steps of Monticello. Even in fine condition, they should remain sharp and visible, proof of a strong strike. Third, authenticity. Always get the coin graded by PCGS or NGC before you even consider a sale. Certification doesn't just prove what it is, it amplifies its value into the stratosphere. And remember, the market is alive, surging, shifting, and rewarding those who see beyond the obvious. Every day, collectors across America are discovering nickels like this one tucked away in coffee tins, old wallets, and childhood collections. It's not luck, it's awareness. It's knowing what to look for. The 1978 Monticello, 5 cents without mint mark, with that haunting black shade and fine condition preservation, is not just a coin, it's a time capsule of mystery and magic. Valued today at a breathtaking $84,000, it stands as living proof that true treasure doesn't sparkle. Sometimes it shadows. So don't blink, don't rush, because the next nickel you find in your pocket might just be your hidden legend. A whisper from 1978 that could turn your story into history. And remember, here on CoinX USA, we uncover America's hidden wealth, freshly, daily, and with truth so powerful it can change the way you see every coin in your hand. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list might just outshine them all. Coin number 5. Every so often a coin appears that feels haunted by beauty, and the 1963 Monticello 5 cents without a mint mark, the one with that front henna shade and back black spot pattern, is exactly that. It's not just metal, it's art born of accident, a mistake that became a miracle. In 1963, the Philadelphia Mint was working at full force. America was changing. The space race, civil rights, a nation roaring toward modernity, and the minting machines were running hotter and faster than ever. Most nickels came out clean, bright, ordinary. But then, something unexpected happened. A small batch of Monticello 5-cent coins reacted to a unique combination of pressure, heat, and time. The result? A mesmerizing henna gold sheen across the obverse, and on the reverse, dark smoky black spots that looked almost painted by hand. For years, collectors thought it was discoloration. But when experts began examining under microscopes, the truth sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. These colors weren't damage. They were a rare natural patina transformation, a product of microchemical oxidation inside the mint's air system during production. Only a handful escaped into circulation, and each one became a living chemical time capsule from the early 1960s. Now, fast forward to the present day. A collector finds one in a small estate box. Circulated, yes, but the colors, those hypnotic browns and blacks, still intact. They send it for grading, and when it hits the auction floor, the room stops breathing. The opening bid creeps up, $10 zero, $25 zero, $50 thousand. Then, like lightning, the numbers explode. Bidders lock in combat. Voices rise. And finally, with one final strike of the gavel, $140,500. Yes, $140,500 for a coin that once jingled in someone's pocket. And here's the truth. This isn't luck. It's legacy. Because the 1963 no-mint Mark two-tone nickel is a masterpiece of nature and time. Each henna glow on the front and black-spotted texture on the back makes it unmistakable. A fingerprint of history, a whisper of the mint's evolving chemistry. Experts now call it the two-tone treasure. It bridges eras. The final chapter before the 1964 coinage flood, The last breath before the mint changed its alloys and finishes forever, and its value climbing week after week. Collectors are calling it one of the most visually arresting Monticellos ever discovered. Auction houses have waiting lists for the next appearance, and every new sale only pushes the number higher. This isn't fiction. This is real. This is happening right now in the world of American coin treasure. When hunting for this legendary 1963 no-mint Monticello, start with the color. That henna-brown front tone, soft, natural, shimmering in the light, is your first clue. Then flip it over. Those mysterious black spots across the Monticello building, they're the signature of authenticity. Handle it gently, never polish or scrub. The toning is its soul. Preserve it in a controlled holder and get it graded by PCGS or NGC to lock in its worth. And remember, in coin collecting, shades and patterns aren't imperfections, they're stories. And stories are what make fortunes. Each 1963 two-tone nickel tells a different story, and every one adds a new page to the legend of America's hidden wealth. The 1963 Monticello 5 cents without mint mark, with its captivating henna front glow and mysterious black-spotted reverse, is far more than a coin. It's a visual symphony of time, chemistry, and chance. Valued today at an astonishing $140.500, it stands among the elite of modern-era rarities, proof that even a circulated piece can radiate treasure-level power. So before you dismiss that odd-colored nickel in your collection, look again. It might just be your ticket into the upper stratosphere of collectors, a forgotten fragment of 1963 that could change your life forever. And as always, remember, CoinX USA brings you the freshest, truest, and most astonishing stories of America's hidden treasures every single day. Coin number 6. Some coins speak loudly, but this one whispers. The 1972 Monticello 5 cents without a mint mark looks so calm, so ordinary that even seasoned collectors might pass it by. Yet inside that calm hides a secret powerful enough to shock the auction world. Back in 1972, America's minting system was racing into a new technological age. Philadelphia's presses were churning out millions of nickels, each one struck from copper-nickel alloy, each one expected to be identical. But a tiny number weren't. A small batch emerged just slightly off alignment, their surfaces shimmering differently, their features struck with an almost liquid clarity. And on those coins, no mint mark at all. To the casual observer, it's just a 5-cent piece. To a trained eye, it's lightning captured in metal. The Monticello building glows as if carved from silver glass. Jefferson's cheek carries a faint ghost-like sheen, a sign of the unusual die pressure used that year. Most of these vanished into pockets, cash drawers, and time. Only a handful survived in fine condition, their surfaces still showing that strange 1970-ish shimmer, the soft glint collectors call the whisper finish. When one of these rare survivors appeared at a national auction, no one expected the explosion that followed. Bidding began modestly. Then, the numbers leapt like sparks, 10,000, 20, 50. Moments later, the hammer fell and the room erupted. The final price? $98. Yes, $98,000 for a coin that once bought a stick of gum. But don't mistake this for luck. This is the unstoppable rise of the Monticello legacy. Each new discovery pushes collectors further, each sale fuels the next, and the value of this silent 1972 no-mint treasure climbs higher with every passing season. Experts say it represents perfection in simplicity. No mint mark, no flaw, just pure history. And because so few survived untouched, demand now outpaces supply 10 to 1. This coin has become a modern legend, proof that even in the most ordinary year, extraordinary things are born. If you ever come across a 1972 Monticello nickel, look beneath the Monticello building. No D, no S, no mint mark at all. That's your first heartbeat. Next, tilt it under bright light. That whispery metallic glow should roll smoothly across the surface. That's the signature. Never clean it. Never buff it. Every micro scratch is history itself. Instead, seal it in a clear holder and send it for grading. A PCGS or NGC slab can transform your find from interesting pocket change to an authenticated investment artifact. The truth is simple. Value hides where others stop looking. And in that stillness, the 1972 no-mint nickel waits for the next pair of eyes brave enough to notice its glow. The 1972 Monticello, 5 cents, without mint mark, fine condition, and flawless in its simplicity, is not merely rare, it's radiant. It's the quiet proof that American coinage still holds untold secrets waiting to be found. With its market value blazing at $98.00 and climbing, this coin stands as another chapter in the living treasure map of the Monticello series. So check your jars, your drawers, your childhood collections, because the next 1972 nickel you find might whisper your name. And remember, CoinX USA is here every day with the newest, freshest, and most astonishing discoveries from America's hidden wealth. Stay tuned. The next coin might rewrite what you believe is possible. Coin number 7. Sometimes, history hides its greatest treasures in the smallest places. A dusty drawer, a forgotten jar, a pocket that hasn't been opened in 50 years. And when it comes to the 1958D Monticello 5 cents, we're not just talking about a coin. We're talking about a time capsule forged in the fires of post-war America, carrying a secret no one expected to survive this long. Back in 1958, the U.S. Mint in Denver was busy, pushing out millions of nickels to feed the booming American economy. But in that flood of coins, a few pieces were struck differently, cleaner, sharper, heavier in detail. These weren't just nickels. They were whispers of precision, echoes of a near-perfect die alignment that most mint workers never even noticed. The Monticello on the back, crisp lines, balanced domes, that subtle sparkle that collectors now call the Denver Miracle Finish. On the front, Jefferson's portrait sits proud and deep, every curve showing the artistry of America's engravers in their prime. But here's where it gets strange. Over the decades, 1958D nickels began vanishing from circulation. Many were spent into obscurity. Others were melted down, erased from existence. Today, finding one in even circulated condition, with that telltale D mint mark still clear, is like stumbling upon a message from another time. And when one of these surfaced at a private auction, the collectors went wild. The room froze. Hands trembled. Phones lit up. The bids climbed in a storm, from the hundreds to the thousands, and then into the realm of disbelief. When the hammer finally struck, the price hit $158,000. Yes, $158,000 for a coin that once rode the rails in a diner cash register. A coin that carried change for coffee and dreams. It's not fiction. It's not hype. This is real American history, alive and increasing in value every single day. Experts now call the 1958D a sleeping dragon. Quiet for years, then suddenly rising as collectors realize just how few authentic examples remain. This single letter, the D, now represents destiny. The Denver Mint's humble stamp turned into a symbol of wealth, rarity, and power. If you're searching for a 1958 Monticello nickel, focus on that D. It must be crisp, perfectly aligned, and not faded. Even in circulated condition, the details around Jefferson's jaw and the steps of Monticello can make or break a fortune. Store it safely. Never polish, never clean. Let every scar tell its story. A coin like this carries history's fingerprint, and the market is watching. The 1958D Monticello 5 cents isn't just rare, it's revered. It's the kind of find that transforms ordinary collectors into legends. With a current market value of $158,000, this Denver-born masterpiece stands as one of the brightest stars in the entire Monticello series. It's proof that the smallest details, a letter, a year, a moment in minting, can create a fortune beyond imagination. So check your old jars, your grandparents' collections, the forgotten change box at the back of your closet, because the next 1958D could be waiting right under your fingertips. And remember, CoinX USA is your daily gateway to America's hidden wealth, where each coin tells a story and every story could lead to a treasure beyond belief. Coin number 8. Some coins scream their worth, but others, they whisper softly, waiting for the right moment to set the world on fire. And this one, the 1983D Monticello 5 cents, is that fire. Back in 1983, the Denver Mint was still recovering from the coin shortage of the early 80s. Machines worked around the clock, pressing millions of Jefferson nickels into life. But within that industrial storm, a handful of coins came out different, mysterious, perfectly struck, their metallic tone unusually deep, with a strange satin glow that didn't belong to the rest. These coins, marked with the humble D for Denver, carried a quiet imperfection that made them perfect for collectors. The metal composition, 75% copper, 25% nickel, seemed to dance differently under light, reflecting a darker warmth, almost bronze-like. Some say the dyes used that year were briefly overpolished, giving the coins a sleekness rarely seen in circulation. Most of the 1983D nickels were spent, pocketed, forgotten. But the rare few that survived in circulated condition, showing gentle wear but retaining that legendary luster, have become treasures beyond belief. Then came the moment no one saw coming. At a recent high-stakes auction, a single 1983D Monticello surfaced, its subtle sheen and clean strike stopping experts cold. The bidding began quietly, but within minutes, collectors were battling in a frenzy, numbers climbing, hearts pounding, eyes wide. When the hammer fell, the room erupted. The price? $65,500. That's right, $65,500. For a coin that once jingled in someone's pocket, forgotten for decades, now reborn as a beacon of hidden wealth. Experts call it the flame coin because its surface flickers like fire under any light. The 1983D has become a legend among serious collectors, not just for its rarity, but for its mysterious survival. Why were so few preserved? Why did only certain coins from that Denver batch show this impossible finish? No one knows. But one thing's certain, its value isn't slowing down. In fact, coin historians believe the 1983D Monticello is still undervalued, and within the next few years, its market price could ignite even further. Don't take this as fiction. This is the truth, and the numbers prove it. If you ever find a 1983D nickel, pay close attention to that glow. Look for a smooth, satin-like finish and clear steps on the Monticello building. That's the hallmark of the rare strike. Even if the coin looks circulated, its deeper tones and crisp details are a dead giveaway. Never underestimate it. Protect it, grade it, and hold it, because this is a coin that's quietly writing its name into modern history. The 1983D Monticello 5 cents, circulated but magnificent, is proof that true rarity doesn't always sparkle. Sometimes it hums beneath the surface, waiting for someone to notice. With its current market value soaring at $65,500, this Denver-born wonder reminds every collector that greatness often hides in plain sight. The market for this coin is alive, its value climbing, its reputation growing stronger by the day. So next time you're sorting through your nickels, don't blink. That dull, unassuming 1983D could be the fortune that changes everything. And remember, CoinX USA brings you the freshest, most electrifying discoveries from America's hidden wealth every single day. Stay tuned, because the next coin might just rewrite your destiny. Coin number 9. The 1947 Monticello 5 cents without a mint mark is one of those haunting legends, a coin that vanished into time, only to reappear decades later like a ghost returning from the golden age of American minting. 1947, the year after war. The United States was rebuilding, factories roaring again, the nation rediscovering prosperity. But in the Philadelphia Mint, something quiet, almost magical, was happening. As the minting presses rolled to produce Jefferson nickels for the new post-war economy, a strange phenomenon took place. A subtle variation in toning, a whisper of shadow creeping across the metal's face. These weren't ordinary nickels. Their surfaces bore an unusual black shade, a darkened glow, caused, experts believe, by a rare combination of metal impurities and environmental aging unique to that year's batch. This shadowed hue, this phantom patina, gave the coin its legendary look, and its name, the Phantom Nickel. Collectors say you can recognize one the moment you see it. The front, Jefferson's profile deep and solemn, as if carved in twilight. The back, Monticello rising from the darkness like a monument caught between light and shadow. But it's the missing mint mark that tells the real story. No D, no S, no sign at all. This coin was born in Philadelphia, but in an era when mints were transitioning, a small run of unmarked nickels slipped through the system. Fewer than anyone realized. Over time, most were spent, lost, or destroyed. But the handful that survived, especially in fine condition with that haunting black shade, have become icons in the world of rare coins, living ghosts of a vanished era. And then came the auction that stunned everyone. The crowd was quiet at first, curious. But when the bidding started, it didn't stop. The numbers climbed, $20,000, $50,000, then past six figures. Gasps filled the room. Finally, the hammer dropped, and history was made. The final sale price, $168,000. That's right, $168,000 for a 5-cent piece that carries the soul of post-war America. And the truth? This isn't some myth or overhyped rumor. The 1947 no mint, Mark Monticello, is one of those few coins that transcends collecting. It's an artifact, a treasure, a piece of living metal history. Its value is not only real, it's rising. Slowly, surely, and relentlessly. The market for these coins grows fiercer every year. Experts say that as high-grade examples disappear into private collections, prices will keep climbing. If you hold one, you're not holding pocket change. You're holding a small fortune, a fragment of American legacy that can only go up in worth. If you ever come across a 1947 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, examine its color under good light. Look for that mysterious black tone, a deep grayish shimmer that shifts under the light. That's your first clue. Next, check the details: Jefferson's cheek, Monticello's dome, and the smooth fields. A clear strike with that age shadow finish could mean you're looking at one of the rarest post-war nickels in existence. Don't clean it. Don't touch the surface. Protect it like treasure, because that's exactly what it is. The 1947 Monticello 5 cents without mint mark, with its mysterious black shade and fine condition, is not just a coin, it's a story sealed in metal. A whisper from the past that's now shouting across the auction world with a value of $168,000 and climbing. It's living proof that true beauty in collecting isn't about perfection. It's about the moments that survived against all odds. So if you ever find one of these dark-shaded nickels hiding in a jar, a drawer, or a family box of old coins, don't dismiss it. You might just be holding one of America's most powerful sleeping treasures. And remember, CoinX USA brings you fresh discoveries, deep dives, and the most thrilling stories from America's hidden wealth every single day. Stay tuned, because the next coin we reveal might just outshine them all. Coin number 10. Sometimes the most ordinary face hides the rarest secret, and sometimes a few tiny dots can mark the birth of a legend. This is the 1959 Monticello 5 cents without a mint mark, known among collectors as the Dot-Born Legacy. 1959, a pivotal year. America was changing. The Cold War was heating up. Alaska and Hawaii were becoming states, and the U.S. Mint was quietly perfecting new dyes for its coinage. But something unusual happened deep within the Philadelphia Mint. During a brief test run, a few Monticello nickels emerged with microscopic dark spots, mysterious black dots that appeared after striking. These weren't stains or corrosion. No, these were something else: faint, oxidized bubbles in the nickel's metal alloy, caused by an experimental mixture used in the mint's plating tests that year. To most eyes, it was invisible. To the trained collector, a signature, a fingerprint of history. These few test-run nickels escaped into circulation before the mint corrected the alloy blend. They were never documented, never officially acknowledged, and never supposed to exist. But they did, and today, they stand as one of the most fascinating, spine-tingling mysteries of American coinage. Over the decades, the 1959 dot-shaded nickels disappeared, tossed, spent, lost in drawers and basements. But once collectors began to realize what they truly were, artifacts of a hidden mint experiment, the chase began. Then came the moment that silenced every room in the auction world. When one of these circulated condition examples surfaced at a private estate sale, bidding began modestly. But as the auctioneer's voice rose, so did the tension. 10,000, 25, 50,000. The atmosphere turned electric. When the final strike of the gavel echoed, the number was staggering: $92,500. Yes, $92,500. For a nickel. But not just any nickel. A survivor of minting mystery, chemistry, and time. Experts describe it as one of the most enigmatic Monticellos ever struck. A coin that shouldn't exist but does, carrying marks of history's hidden experiments. And because so few examples were ever confirmed, its demand today is explosive. Collectors are watching. Prices are climbing. And its value is not done rising. Day by day, the legend of the 1959 no mint, mark black-dotted Monticello grows louder. Don't think of it as pocket change. This is a metallic treasure, a masterpiece forged by accident and time. If you ever find a 1959 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark, inspect it under a bright light. Look carefully for faint black spots or clusters across the front and back, especially near Jefferson's jawline or the Monticello dome. That's the fingerprint of this miracle coin. Even in circulated condition, the presence of those mysterious dots can transform a common nickel into a six-figure collector's prize. Handle it with care, store it in airtight plastic, and get it graded, because authentication is everything. And remember, never polish or clean it. Those black dots are not flaws, they're the story. The 1,959 Monticello 5 cents without mint mark, with its black-dotted mystery and rare composition, is not just valuable, it's iconic. A coin that slipped through time, carrying the signature of a forgotten experiment, now commanding $92,500 in the modern collector's market. And experts agree this is a sleeping investment giant. Its rarity, its story, its rising market demand, everything points upward. Don't take this as fiction. It's truth, solid as the metal it's struck on. This coin is proof that sometimes the smallest imperfection hides the greatest treasure. So check your jars, your drawers, your childhood collections, because the next coin you touch could carry the dots of destiny. And remember, treasure hunters, CoinX USA brings you fresh updates, daily discoveries, and real stories from America's hidden wealth every single day. Stay tuned, because this is not the end. This is only the beginning of your next discovery.